Coefficient of variation, CV, is also used to measure the dispersion or consistency of the data so that the comparison can be made for at least two groups. So, before this, range, quartile deviation, interquartile range, and standard deviation only can be used for one data set. In order for you to compare between two data sets, you need the two data sets to have equal means. But then, if you are using coefficient of variation, we can compare the data directly for at least two groups. As we can see here, group A and group B, the mean for both group equals to 60. So, and then we have the standard deviation. If we have equal mean, we can compare the data dispersion of the data directly. So based on this value, the value of the standard deviation, it can be said that group A has greater dispersion. Meanwhile, for group B, it is more consistent. If the data set doesn't have equal mean, we need to calculate the coefficient of variation in order to compare the dispersion of the data. So formula for coefficient of variation, we need to find the standard deviation and divide by the mean and multiply by 100%. So this is the formula of CV. In example 2.502, this is group data. So first you need to find the mean, the standard deviation, and then after that we need to find the CV. How do you know this question needs to find the coefficient of variation? Because in this question it is stated that determine which country is more consistent. So you need to know whether X, Y, Z or A, B, C, which one is more consistent. So for question A, you calculate the mean and then calculate the standard deviation. So you need to calculate the CV for the first country, A, B, C. So this is the standard deviation divide by the mean and then multiply by 100. So you're going to get 7.71. Coefficient of variation for ABC equals to 7.71. And then based on the value given in the question for XYZ, we have 42.5 and 4.49 mean and standard deviation respectively. So for calculation for CV XYZ, S divided by X bar multiplied by 100%, so the value is 10.56. The question wants to know which one is more consistent. Since the coefficient of variation, the CV of ABC lower than XYZ, so ABC is more consistent. If the question want to know which one has greater dispersion, so in this case, if the value of CV, the coefficient of variation, is larger, then it is more dispersed.